with Ekta today. Hi, Ekta.
Hi, Upasana. Thank you so much for having me here on Cup Connects.
Yeah, why don't you tell everybody a little about yourself and what you do?
Hi everyone who's listening into this. My name's Ekta, and I'm a bridal stylist and a consultant. And I have founded a company which is called House of Ekta. And under House of Ekta, I have three verticals. One is where I do bridal couture and I customize clothes. The second one is where I help brides globally coming on board as their stylist and consultant. So that's the service part of it. And now relaying the third one, which I'm very excited to talk about. I think you guys will know about it.
Here comes the bride, right?
Yeah, that is Here Comes the Bride. Yes, it's my sole purpose.
So why don't you tell us a little about Here Comes the Bride, and it's a bridal retreat, right? So
Yeah.
and
All right.
what's
So,
the bride takeaway? Bride to be takeaway.
absolutely. So, Here Comes the Bride is India's first and only bridal retreat, which is also an initiative and an IP that I've launched this year. And this basically aims at building a bridal community where we take about 50 brides pan India to a destination and getting them out of their city while we know that what they transition into in their entire bridal journey, from the shopping, building their trousseau and, the wedding planning, it can be a little overwhelming and challenging with all of the new relationships also coming in. So this is the safe space to literally, let loose, be free, and also an opportunity to meet like-minded brides. Plus, we have a lot of fun activities. We have some workshops and masterclasses that you even haven't heard of. I'm going to just relay a few for you. Okay. So obviously, beyond and over what is available in the market in terms of your makeup masterclass or, how to set the table, how to be the perfect host, you have your finishing schools, etc. What we are offering the brides is a way forward to also engage and, sort of have a guidance to lead their marriage, not only related to the wedding. We have some really cool and, quirky masterclasses where we have, a sexual wellness coach, an intimacy coach who is guiding these girls through, their entire sexual wellness journey. We have a sexual wellness toy partner on board to, sort of revisit their sensory, play. So again, this is something that is not really widely, done and heard of. And over and above, we also, there are also obviously a lot of fun things. Like we do have a makeup masterclass, but this is not your average bridal makeup masterclass. This is about, a masterclass which is going to teach you about fun everyday looks that you can carry once you're married, because you still have your parties and your lunches and dinners and brunches, etc., that you want to attend. But obviously, after that heavy duty makeup for that 5 continuous day of your wedding, you still want to lay low. You want your skin to breathe and feel good. So these quick tips where you can use minimal products and still look like your very best and look like the new bride, taking care of your skin inside out. So again, that is something that we are at play over here in. We have a mixology masterclass. So while we also learned that, girls do need to play the perfect host, and we decided that while these are Gen Z brides, why not over a mixology masterclass where they learn how to make a few cocktails? Because we do see a trend where, um, friends usually bond, when you're trying to bond with your husband's friends and when you're trying to break into his circle, it's usually over drinks, right? It's usually over dining and drinking experiences. So while she wants to be the perfect host, the perfect bahu, also, she wants to keep up with her friends, right? So again, that's there. And, we have also a bucket which is called Nothing Legal About It. Now, this is a very interesting bucket again, where we have a law educationist who's coming on board and talking to us about all things that are in the Indian family law system. Simple things like what is a prenup, or, what is Stridhan, or do some questions and some intriguing quizzes on, do you know this, do you know that, not to freak them out, but just as a general education. I think this is something that everyone should be aware of while they're getting into this institution. And yeah, over and above, obviously, I mean, this is a community of brides to be. So we have a pajama party, where we are going to also take through, like, what your, night care routine should look like. We have a beauty brand on board. Then we also have, a bridal shower, because while you have so many brides to be under one roof, how can you not throw a bridal shower, right? So yeah, so a bridal shower, and basically just a safe space for her to rejuvenate and to be ready to what's coming through. These are industry experts again who are very much out there, and they have their expertise in play for many years, and just coming together as a community. And this is something that I want to build forward, a community for brides to be.
I believe this is the first of its kind, right, in India?
Yeah, it is. Yes.
And what was your inspiration for this? Like, how did you get this idea?
Yeah, so I think this totally stems from my own journey, where I got married 18 years ago, and while I was getting married, I also got married very early. But I did not have this guidance. I also came from a very naive background. Though we're coming from like affluent families, every family system is a different system, right? So it's about how you're adjusting. For every bride, it's a different story, how she's really reeling into her wedded life, and there's a lot of transition change. So I feel over and above what is available right now is ki, शादी के लिए क्या क्या चाहिए, like you have everything that is available to your wedding day. Okay, ye kapde pehenenge, you'll do this, you'll do that, but what about the next day, or what about your journey, about decoding these relationships? Like, you're one way with your parents, but again, when it's about in-laws, it's a whole different ball game, right? So how do you also sort of mark your boundaries without being aggressive? Like, you want to be assertive, but you also want to bring something to the table, right? Which is already a family, already running in a certain way, where you are bringing in new ideas. Even with your husband, right, there are always going to be paths which are going to be challenging while you're growing together, right? Someone's going to be running ahead, you may be behind, he may be behind at certain phases of life. So how do you sort of work through it, and how do you have these conversations that many of us didn't have a chance to have? So I think a lot really cropped up from that system, that what, there is really no education on how to go beyond the wedding. I mean, what about the marriage? Like, you don't want a wedding of the year award, but you want a marriage of the lifetime year award. That's what you should be aiming for. And this aims exactly at that.
I think it is a very relevant, very important subject that at least Indian brides really need to talk about. So yes, I think it's a great initiative and a great idea.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
How do you register?
Okay, so the first of its kind, is being hosted in Khimsar in September, 9th to 11th September. Khimsar is like 1 hour from Jodhpur. So that's how we've also chosen a spot where it's very serene. These are fort and dunes. So again, a perfect way to, get the bride out of her city, because unless you don't get her out of that mindscape of the city life, she won't indulge into learning all of this. Like, even with our wellness classes, like we have some sound healing therapy, we have like a gratitude session where we are going to indulge her into a lot of self-care and self-love also. So we're literally calling this something that they need to book for themselves as a gift to themselves before they get married. So the simplest way to book would be, go on our website, which is www.herecomesthebride.in, and we have a link to register. Also very happy to share, numbers and emails with you later. And, in fact, while we are talking about it, we have a beautiful offer that is running. While the retreat is for 2 nights, 3 days, and it is priced at a 60K. For the next 2 days, we also have a flat 50% discount for brides who take it all in, which is amazing. Yes, I mean, just imagine it, like in 15K, a day you're getting like so much, and it's really amazing. And we had our early bird offer at 45,000, which we were running a little earlier.
That's fantastic. And what are the future goals and plans for Here Comes the Bride?
So obviously, Here Comes the Bride is eventually going to be a retreat which is hosted twice a year. And this is going to be a traveling retreat. As much as, we love all our properties, we are going to try and indulge into various parts of India, also, taking their scape and, resonating with the aesthetics of the space. Also, turning it into maybe a global event, where we do international traveling retreats, maybe a Singapore, maybe a Bali, maybe a Dubai. So, that's what we are aiming at. Yeah, maybe a Sri Lanka. So that is what we are really looking at. And eventually it also becoming into an app model where, there may be a time where, some brides can't register and cannot come through the event, but they can also relate and, sort of take membership to this platform and avail a lot of resources, a lot of blogs that, our collaborators and, our resources have already put out.
How are you choosing your dates? Because getting 50 brides under one roof on a particular date is going to be like...
So with our pre-buzz, actually, we've got an amazing response. This has never been done before, right? So, everybody that I speak with is so excited about it because, again, new idea. In fact, there are young girls coming and telling me, oh, we love the idea and we obviously want to, be a part of it. But that's the cap that we've kept, like maybe, 50 is like our upper limit. But, happy to host about, 25, 30 brides. I mean, whoever can really come in. And obviously the word is to spread, right? Once you are, doing this and, once more people know about it, I think it is going to be more word of mouth. It's really going to be like a home, appeal thing. Like, okay, shadi kar rahe ho, go for the bridal retreat for sure. I mean, it's like friends telling friends, etc. Right?
I'm sure it will, because it's such a brilliant idea and it's so new. So
yeah.
I'm hoping this is going to spread like wildfire.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for this. Thank you.
And all the people that are listening to us, I'm sure, at least if there are brides there, please call Ekta or register with Here Comes the Bride.
Call me. Yeah, absolutely. This is going to be a one-time experience. Yeah. Thank you, Upasana, so much.
It's so great knowing about Here Comes the Bride. And
it is so amazing when I talk to people like you and they appreciate, where this is coming from and they understand that, okay, this is a new concept and it is so widely accepted and so quickly, which, makes all the difference for us.
Yeah, I'm like all for the idea, and anything new and unique, of course. Then
absolutely
interesting. So, best of luck, and
thank you.
See you soon again on our platform.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.